Welcome to Harness Up with Haste Draft Horses and Mules, where we talk all things related to these magnificent animals. From their history and uses to training and care, we cover it all. Join us as we chat with experts and enthusiasts in the field, share stories and tips, and explore the world of draft horses and mules. Whether you're a seasoned owner or just curious about these gentle giants, this podcast is for you. So harness up and join Haste Draft Horses and Mules for some lively discussions about these God-given creatures.
Howdy, folks. Stephen Haste here with Harness Up Podcast with Haste Draft Horses and Mules. How's everybody doing out there this fine evening? Guys, coming back at you with another episode of Harness Up Podcast. We're super glad to be here, and I'm super glad to have this young man on the other side of the screen with me. We're having a little rough time tonight. This is our third time getting on to record this, and we're hoping the third time's a charm. But it's going to be all right. Guys, my name's Stephen Haste. I host the podcast. We're on YouTube, social media, all across the board on Haste Draft Horses and Mules. Check us out. But guys, here on episode 32, we got a young man from all the way across the United States over in Bend, Oregon, Mr. Brody Dent. How are you doing tonight, Brody?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad. This is it's a really weird story how this come about, but it happened. The Lord works in mysterious ways. And Brody's a young man that's really getting into rodeo, and we're going to dig in and hear his story. So, guys, Brody, tell the folks a little bit about yourself a little bit.
18 years old. I live in Bend, Oregon, like you said. I ride bareback horses professionally. I high school rodeoed from when I was a kid, freshman in high school, and I love to hunt. I love to fish. I love the outdoors. It's kind of my happy place, whether it's at rodeos or out in the woods. I love every second of it.
It's a long way from here to Bend, Oregon, and the country's a long country, and there's a lot of differences from there to here, and it's always interesting to talk to people from, out west and dig into their life. How long have you been riding barebacks?
Been riding for about 5 years now. Yeah.
You started when you was in high school then?
Yep, freshman in high school. I kind of got a weird story of how I started. I didn't grow up in a rodeo family. I really didn't have much to do with it. I always thought cowboys were the coolest guys on the planet, but I just didn't know how to weasel my way into it. But I had a couple buddies that rode bareback horses, and I started getting hooked up with them and looking into it. And I was originally going to ride broncs, but the bronc saddle was too expensive for a 15-year-old kid, and my parents didn't want me to ride bulls. So bareback riding was kind of my option. I'm so glad that I picked it because it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. It's a blessing every day to be able to live this life.
That is really neat. I mean, you're doing what you love to do, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
How long have you been riding professionally? When did you start with PRCA?
Right when I turned 18 years old, on my 18th birthday, I went on the PRCA and bought my permit, and that was last June. And so the summer run was already kind of kicked off, and I had to re-enter every single rodeo that I went to because the entries were way before my birthday. And I was just so hell-bent on getting to ride. And I actually got to ride at my hometown rodeo for my first one, which is pretty cool. Like, not very many people get to do that, and I'm glad I did. It didn't go the way I wanted it to, but it's that happens. That's just a part of it. Like, you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, but bad day at bareback riding is better than a good day at work. Let's just say that.
That's true. I would guess so. But you probably you probably went to that rodeo a lot growing up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, every rodeo around here, I was behind the chutes with my cowboy hat on, just trying to be near those guys. And now it's like, they're all my buddies, and we all talk to each other all the time. It's just so crazy. It's nuts how cool these guys are. Like, you message a guy on Instagram, like, you can't message Tiger Woods about golf. That's just not how it works. But you message Casey Field 8 or 6-time world champion, he'll answer the phone and talk you through what you need talk through. Like he's all those guys, Rocker, Casey. There's a couple guys that live down the road from me. Brian Bain, he made the finals twice in the bareback riding, and he's been so much help to me. Like he took me under his wing, taught me basically everything that I know, and he's one of the stock contractors at home too. So he always got good stuff for us to get on, and it was a good time. It's pretty awesome to be able to reach out to your idols and really try to chip off the old block, if you know what I'm saying.
That is cool. That is great. Like that means a lot, having people that care when you're new starting, reaching out to these older guys, and they show interest in you. It makes you want to do better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's inspiring when those guys really see potential in you. It just lights a fire under your butt, and you just want to chase it. Whenever you hear those guys say you did a good job, or man, that was awesome, you're going to be a world champion someday, it's like the best thing in the world. It's the best thing to hear your idol say those words. It's just awesome.
Have you ever been on a podcast, Brody?
I have not.
All right. Well, I can say right here, you was on the first podcast with Harness Up Podcast. And when you're a world champion, you got to come back on the podcast and do a follow-up.
Let's do it. I plan on it.
All these folks will have to remember that too. I don't follow rodeo a lot. It's something I've never been into. We sell draft horses and mules, and that's our gig. And I spend most of my time talking to customers and, selling horses and mules. But I think I'm going to have to start checking in and seeing how Brody Dent's doing on the PRCA tour now. Yeah,
I'd love that. I'm ready to get it kicked off. I've actually been out for almost 8 months. I had a pretty big wreck in Deadwood, South Dakota. It was late July, and I got on this super nice horse. She was a pup, but she ran out there and took a dog leg left, and it just pulled my shoulder forward just enough, and it dislocated my SC joint, my collarbone, off my sternum. And I knew it was instantly messed up. Like I'd never felt a pain like that before. I finished the 8 seconds. I was spurring, but I didn't quite know the extent of it. It probably didn't help, but I didn't care. I was already in the middle of it, so I might as well finish it. And I crawl off, and I feel my collarbone pushing on my throat.
Man.
Like I couldn't breathe. And so I was holding my neck. And then I remember my mom was watching on the TV, so I took it down and tried to act all tough till the cameras were off me. And I run back to the sports med, and he takes my shirt off. And I was expecting him to be like, all right, let's check you out, man. He's like, oh my God. I'm like, what? He said, your collarbone's dislocated. Bad. I'm like, oh, thanks for being so subtle, man. And then anyway, they get me in the sports med trailer, and they're freaking doing everything they can to get this thing back in. But little did they know you can't pop a posterior collarbone back in. So, I mean, it was freaking rubbing around. Long story short, I go to multiple doctor's appointments for 3 months, and no doctor could get it figured out. Like they said that I was injured, but they never told me like, hey, this needs fixed. And I got a hold of Dr. Tandy Freeman, the PRCA. He's the orthopedic surgeon, and he referred me to a guy in Dallas because I was down in college in Clarendon, Texas.
Okay.
And so I was making weekly trips down there to Tandy and then Dr. Krishnan. He was my savior. Like he brought me in and he got it figured out instantly. And I got that reconstruction surgery. And he said if I wouldn't have gotten that and I would have got back on, since my collarbone was displaced, my blood vessels were adhered to my bone. And so if I would have got back on, it would have ripped all those major arteries in my neck, and I would have been toast. And I thank God every day for someone finally believing in me and really trying hard, because I think he saw in my heart that I was hurting mentally and physically. Because, I mean, when you know you're hurt and nobody does anything about it, it really sucks. Like you almost feel helpless. And I was determined to get it fixed, and I'm sure glad that I did. It's been a long journey, but it's been a grind.
You're blessed. The Lord took care of you, and that's good. And I like hearing you say that. Keep following Him through your journey, because that's the only thing that really matters in the end. And He'll take care of you. That's a huge blessing. Man, that's whew. I'm hurting in my collarbone a little bit thinking about it, bro.
Yeah, it's a pretty major surgery. Like I'd never had surgery before, and going from no surgeries to major reconstruction surgery, it was like, whoa, this is really happening right now.
But you feel good now, 100%. You're ready.
Yeah, I am. I'm 100% ready. The biggest part was the mental part, being able to actually trust it. But I just kind of fell back on my trainers and physical therapists. I had a physical therapy guy. His name was Chaz, and I was in there 3 times a week, and he was there pushing me from the very beginning, and I did everything that I could I just wanted to get back so bad, because like you don't realize how much you miss something until you don't have it anymore. And when you're at rock bottom and you don't have anything, you just got to lean on the Lord and put the time in. And that's what I did. And I just got cleared a couple weeks ago, and I excelled all my tests. I'm stronger than I ever have been. I feel great in my mind. I'm ready to let it all loose on the back of a horse.
When are you going to ride your first horse?
I'm planning on it being another one of my hometown rodeos in Redmond, the High Desert Stampede. I entered it, but I got drawn out because you have to get into a PRCA rodeo. You got to have kind of qualifications, and if there's a lot of guys that have a lot more money won than you're kind of at the bottom of the totem pole, whether it's hometown rodeo or not. But there's a good chance that I'll be able to walk up. So if somebody turns out and doesn't show up, I could take his place, and then they'll put his horse and the first re-ride in, and then they'll draw those two, and whatever one you get, you'll ride just like everybody else. But it was just kind of a different way to enter it.
Okay. When does are you going on the PRCA tour this whole year though?
That's the plan. I've been entering quite a bit of rodeos right now. I plan on getting in with some guys and rodeoing all summer and making it to the big Texas rodeos. I plan on making it a career. I got dreams to chase, so I'm gonna do my best.
You know what it means when you want something that bad. When you want it that bad, it'll happen. All you got to do is put in the work and make it. And
yes, sir.
You can achieve anything you want to happen. All you got to do is do it.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I've lived by that. I've sure tried to believe that there's a higher power up there, and everything happens for a reason. And He wouldn't put you in this position if He didn't think you were ready. So
that collarbone may have got broke for a reason.
Yeah. Yep.
I know it's kind of rough to think of it that way, but
yeah, I
it's
mean,
kind of true,
Yeah, and if that's what you believe, like if I believe that it happened for a reason, maybe something worse was going to happen down the road, or I was going to make a big mistake that I'd regret. You just never know. And I think there's something really humbling about going from having the time of your life to sitting at home watching all your best buddies go out and rodeo. So yeah, it for sure gets you motivated, because I've ridden that first horse already in my mind 500 times. Like I plan to just show up to the rodeo and make it look easy.
I was out. I've been out in Oregon quite a bit, but last year I was out there. Maybe it was the year before, out to Sisters, and sold a team of horses to some folks at Black Butte Ranch.
Oh yeah,
right at the base of right at the base of the Cascade Mountains.
Yeah, it's pretty beautiful up there, isn't it?
I'll always remember them big ponderosa pines.
Yeah,
they're beautiful trees. But this guy out there, Cody was his name. Shout out to you if you listen to the podcast, Cody. Hope you do. But he wanted me to come out there so bad to this Sisters Rodeo, like it's a major thing. Are you going to ride in the Sisters Rodeo?
I'm sure going to try. If they'll let me in, I'm going. That's such an amazing rodeo. Like it's It's one of those small town deals where they shut the whole town down, and that's all there is to do those days is go to the rodeo.
That's what he told me. He was going to
Mhm.
drive this team, and they have a parade and everything.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
huge.
it's
It's a big deal.
yeah, they call it the littlest big town in the world or something like that.
Oh yeah,
It's a yeah. Sisters is all
but
about the rodeo.
it sure is. One other thing too that's out in Sisters is the Small Farmers Journal. Have you ever heard of that?
I haven't.
There's a guy, I can't remember his name, but he does a Small Farmers Journal. It's a publication that comes out monthly, and it's out of Sisters, Oregon.
Oh, I gotcha.
And another thing I remember about Sisters, Oregon is there's a really good guitar made there called a Preston Thompson, a guitar builder. And a lot of I love bluegrass music, and a lot of the bluegrass players play a Thompson guitar, and they're made in Sisters.
Oh, that's cool. Well, you learn something new every day, I guess.
That's right. Yes, sir. I've sold horses and mules all over that country. I was out one time out there in 2018 in Oregon. I was in the Dalles, Oregon.
Yeah.
And
Old Dallas.
John Day.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you something, Brody. I was out there then, and I was sleeping in my motel, and I woke up the next morning, and I walked outside, and I have never been so homesick and felt so far away from home in my life as what I was that morning.
Yeah. Those Dallas, that's a different country where we're at. Like it's not very pretty, I would say.
I sold a
But
mule to a guy. I'm bad with names, man. I can't remember names. I think his name was Eddie. Don't hold me to it. Ed, I think. I sold a mule to him. He run a mobile butchering service. Like he would come to your house and do your beef at your house. Pretty cool. But
yeah.
There's
really
so many different people out there, man. I've met so many people, and you're added to the list now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. That's what I love about rodeo is you get to meet every type of person in the world, good, bad, everything. And it's just a blessing to be able to go down the road and see so many beautiful places and make it your living. If you're doing good, it can be your living and you can provide for your family that way. It's pretty awesome, man. And same with you. You get to meet all these new people, all horses everywhere. You're pretty much doing the same thing.
Travel the country doing clinics. We got one coming up in Billings, outside of Billings, Montana, and Shepherd in May, the 4th week of May.
Nice. That's beautiful country.
You may end up riding in Billings sometime at the rodeo.
I'm sure I will. Yeah. My traveling partners entered it last year. It was before I was 18, but yeah, I plan on, if there's a rodeo there and I can get there, I'm going to be there. So,
hey, in Cheyenne, Wyoming, that's rodeo town.
Oh yeah. Yep. My I didn't get into Cheyenne, but my traveling partner did, and it was my first time there. And we were back there pulling his rigging, and there was Cade Saunier. He's a professional bareback rider. He's the man, and he was making a 23-point spur ride on this horse. He's about to be 90 points, and I'm not kidding you. Fighter jets fly over our head, and it was like the most badass moment I've ever seen. This guy's going 90 and he hears fighter jets going over his head. It's like, holy cow, that is awesome.
There's a lot of things that happen in life, and I'm kind of like that too. Like when something like that happens, I remember it and it just stands out in my mind. You'll always remember that ride in those fighter jets.
Yeah. And that's just a small little memory and a whole bunch to be made.
You're going to have some memories made too, though, of your rides too.
Yes, sir.
You're really just getting started.
Yeah, I am. I've only, before I got hurt, I only went to like 10 rodeos. Like I'm pretty green, but it just happened. Like if it weren't for that injury, I'd still be going and trying to do my best everywhere. But that happened and it set me back a little bit. But I prefer to see it as an opportunity, not a setback. So,
what's your biggest accomplishment so far?
My biggest accomplishment, I would say, I won the World Championship Junior Rodeo back in 24.
Okay.
And last year at Nationals, I won Reserve World Champion. It was, I drew really good there. Like, that place is definitely a drawing game. Like, if you get good horses all week, you're making it back to the short round, you get a good horse, you're gonna win the sucker. Like, you definitely got to get the right horses. Obviously, you got to do your job, but you definitely got to pluck good ones. And I plucked 2 good ones in the first round, and then the short round comes by, and I was fixing to be a lot of points, but the last like 4 seconds, my horse stopped kicking. I almost like hit a nerve in his neck or something and stunned his leg, and so his back right leg stopped kicking, and that kind of cost me the whole deal. But like I said, I'm not upset about it. That's just how it goes. That's rodeo.
Yeah. You can't get upset about it. You just got to keep going and look forward.
Yeah.
What, explain to us a little bit about bareback horses.
Mm-hmm.
We want to dig into the horse itself. What kind of horses are these horses you all are bucking and riding? I've heard a lot of people say they're draft crosses.
Yeah, I would say at least 75% of them are. They're very big animals. Like, I'd say 90% of bucking horses are bigger than your everyday horse that you're gonna go team rope on or anything like that. But yeah, they make them big, they make them stout, and they make them scary. But yeah, I love bucking horses. They have so much personality. I mean, they can be cool as a cat, walk in, just sitting there like a shot dog. You get ready to nod your head and that thing explodes like a firework out of there. It's like, where did that come from? But yeah.
Do they make pretty good horses after their career? Do a lot of people buy them and, train them?
I mean, I do know of a lot of really, really good practice or pickup horses, sorry, that are ex-bucking horses.
Okay.
They're real stout. You can rope bulls, rope horses, anything like that, and they're kind of used to it. Like, they've done this before. And when you get a horse that has done this before, and you get them in there, they're not thinking twice. They're just doing their job. And yeah, I think bucking horses make some of the best pickup horses, honestly.
I was going to record a podcast with a bucking horse guy. We've still not got together. He owns Canadian-made bucking horses
Okay.
up in Alberta. I'm
Yep.
hoping to record with him sometime and, dig into a lot of the breeding and genetics and what makes these bucking horses.
Yeah. Those Canadian horses are about as tough as it gets. They make them big down there, or up there, sorry.
That's what I've heard. I'm really wanting to dig into those horses some because it's interesting to know where they come from and what they're made of,
Yeah. Yep.
because they're just as much part of the sport as the cowboys,
Oh yeah. They get treated like royalty too, because those guys hauling them up and down the road, that's their living. That's their livelihood, and they're not gonna abuse their horses. They're not gonna underfeed them. Every time those horses are done bucking, they got 2 flakes of hay and some grain waiting in there for them.
Right at it.
Yep.
Hey, something I've always wanted to go to?
Mhm.
The Miles City Bucking Sale.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I wanna do that too. That'd be fun.
You want to ride at it, don't you?
Yeah, I want to ride at it, but I also want to get a few practice horses because we're building an arena at the house right now. Just a
Okay.
big practice pen, and my sister runs barrels, and my girlfriend runs barrels and all that. And we just got a couple buck and shoots. They were actually the Ellensburg Rodeo's buck and shoots that they retired. And so I went down there on Monday and went and picked them up. And so it's slowly coming together, but my dream is to have a good set of practice horses laying around. So when me and my buddies come home, we can get some good practice in.
That would be good to be able to practice right at home.
Yeah. Yep.
That would be really good.
Yeah. And like, there's no practice pens around here. The only way that I was able to practice, I've only gotten on like, I'd say 3 practice horses, and I've been on a lot more horses than that. And I just had to enter rodeos. Like, I'd stay in the gym, get fit, hit the spur board quite a few times. I got a bucking machine in the shop, just kind of doing drills like that. And because a lot of kids are able to go get on practice horses places, but mostly everybody around here doesn't really. Brian Bain, like I said earlier, he's let me get on a couple practice horses here next Tuesday, and so I'm super excited about that because
Oh yeah.
they usually never buck their horses, and they're letting me and a buddy come get on them, so that's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, you're looking forward to that for sure then.
Oh yeah, yep, craving
What
it.
let's talk equipment for you. What all is required? Like I'm dumb at this, and I know a lot of the people out there is not going to know nothing we're talking about either. When you go to a rodeo, what's in your bag? Like, what do you have to take with you?
So you got a bareback rigging, which is a suitcase-like handle, if you could think of it that way. It's got a leather and rawhide body, and it's got a big rawhide handle, and they're called shelves. It's like steel stick. You put it under the rigging handle, and then you shave it down to your hand size, and you put a piece of leather over it. And we got gloves that have big leather wedge right here. There's actually 3 of them. There's one on your ring finger, one on your pointer finger, and one on your pinky. And you wedge that hand in there and you crack it back, and it hits all those 3 points in that rigging. And that's called like cracking your hand back. That's when you're ready to ride. And so you're pretty wedged in there. Like, you can't just go out first jump and say, "Oh no, I'm going to get off now." You kind of got to be pretty committed. And if you do end up going over the wrong side, then you're hung up. And I've gotten hung up, I think, twice, and it wasn't fun any time. Like, your hand is stuck, and you're stuck upside down from the horse, not upside down, but you're on the other side of the horse, and your hand's all the way up here, and you're dragging on the ground, and you got to try to fight to get back over that rigging, get back over to the other side, and then get your hand out. And so, like, a lot of young kids out there, and myself included when I was starting, you kind of got to learn how to put that in the back of your mind, because, I mean, you can't be thinking about that when you're going to go try to ride a bareback horse. Like, you got to be locked in, and you got to be aggressive, and every time you hit that horse, you got to do it with everything you got, or else you're going to get put in the dirt, or you're going to get hung up. And so it's a tough process when kids are starting. Like, I remember my first year, I was blacking out so much just from adrenaline. Like,
Yeah.
you'd nod your head, mark them out, and then after that, it went black till you're on the ground. And it's really hard to ride them in that phase, because you just don't know what's going on. So you kind of just got to stick with it, and eventually you're going to get it. Like, you're going to get on that one horse to where you feel something, and you're like, oh, okay. And then you get on another one, and you feel something else, and it kind of starts slowing down for you. And then you get to the point where you can see your shadow when you're up there spurring a bareback horse stalled out, sitting in the same spot. Like, it's pretty crazy how it works. But yeah, I'd say for any young kids out there, like, just keep getting on. It's gonna suck the first quite a few times, but once you get past that point, it's nothing like any feeling in the world. Like, it's awesome.
What is your? I know you got a pre-ride ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one of those? Because I know a lot of riders do. Like, they do the same thing
Yep.
every time before they get on.
Yep. First off, I head to the locker room with my gear bag on my back, rigging in my hand, set my stuff down, get my rigging out, my glove, do a once over on everything, make sure nothing's broke, nothing's twisted weird or anything like that. And then you actually put rosin. It's called white rosin, and you put it on your glove and your rigging, and that makes it so where you can wedge your hand in a little easier. It's because, like, leather, when it gets a little moist, it kind of gets soft.
Mm-hmm.
And when you wedge your hand in there and it gets soft, sometimes it can get stuck and you can't get your hand in. So I put the rosin on my rigging, then I cut all my elasticon. It's kind of a stretchy athletic tape. It's probably like 3 inches wide. They use it for, like, bandaging up horses and stuff like that. But that's what we put on our elbow. And then I go stretch out, get everything warmed up, go usually on the back of the chutes. Like, I kind of like looking out, and I usually don't have headphones in. I usually like to try to be as present as I can, not get too far away, but I'm still there, just imagining that horse going out, getting a perfect mark out. When I go back, tape my arm. All the guys, myself included, we have it's orthotic brace that goes around your elbow, and it's got 2 titanium hinges on each side of your arm, and it just protects your arm from getting hyperextended or twisting weird. And so you put that on, tape your wrist, and then you do X's over pretty much do like figure eights over your elbow. And we go through a lot of tape. Let's just say that the Justin Sports Medicine, when you're at the pro rodeos, got you hooked up. But besides that, you got to get a lot of athletic tape and a lot of elasticon if you want to ride bareback horses.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say everything goes together to make it work. The only thing I know about rosin is putting it on a fiddle bow. That's what they put on a fiddle bow to make it play is rosin.
Yep.
That's pine rosin made from pine trees, ain't it? Same thing.
I think so. It's just dried out. I can't tell you how many times I've gone through the airport and my rosin was spilled all over my bag because the TSA thought it was something that wasn't rosin. Let's just say that. But yeah, it's like a white powder and you rub it all over that stuff.
Do you fly to a lot of these events, or do you drive? Or I guess it depends on how far they are. But
yeah, I mean, if they're over like by Kentucky or something, I'm gonna fly. But if it's in Nevada or California or Idaho, I'd rather just drive. Have my Capri camper, they call it. It's what all the rodeo guys use. It's a super nice camper. It can sleep 4 people if you want it to. Usually 3 is comfortable. And a lot of guys travel together, go down the road. Just makes it more cost efficient. Like when you're going down the road and you're paying for every tank of fuel on your own, and you go to the rodeo and you don't win, you're kind of just blowing money down the drain, But when you got 3 guys in there, you guys are all splitting fuel, splitting food, whatever. You all show up. You might not win, but your buddy over here does. That money's going right back into the rig, and you're going to the next one.
Wow. Yeah. Well, if you're ever in Kentucky or Tennessee or, anywhere close to me, you flat out text or call me.
I will.
Because I'm gonna come watch you.
Yeah. I'll be sure to let you know.
And what we'll do, I'll do a little YouTube video for the folks and do an interview with you, and we'll do a podcast at the rodeo. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be super cool.
That'd be real cool. Follow up this with a little behind the scenes deal.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be an entertaining episode if you followed me and my buddies behind the scenes for sure.
Well, speaking of that, do you have a YouTube channel?
I don't. No. I have all the social media and stuff, but I don't have YouTube. I used to when I was a kid. I used to post weird videos on there, but I grew out of that a little bit.
What's wrong with you, man? You need to start a vlog of your bareback. I'm telling you, it would be awesome.
Yeah, me and my best friend Daxton, we were talking about it last summer. We're like, man, for how much we're driving and we get a camera, go hang out, video behind the chutes. Like some people do, and they do really well. But I think it'd just be fun to like show people what we actually do. I don't think they would really quite grasp what we actually do in a day. Usually it's 12 hours of driving, show up to the rodeo, half hour before, you got to run back there, get your stuff on, put your rigging on, ride. Like that's when the heat of the summer is going on, 4th of July. You can go to 3 rodeos in a day. Like it's crazy. Like Red Lodge, Montana and Livingston, they're both in the same day. And so a lot of guys will ride in Red Lodge, haul butt to Livingston, get on, and then go to Cody. Like there's actually a video of Bobby Moat, Stephen Dent, Jason Havens, Ryan Gray. There's some bareback riders, and they rode in Red Lodge, went to Livingston on a plane, and then flew to Cody. Like the plane was sitting there waiting because there's an airstrip at one of those, and they got on and rode 3 times in a day. And I think they all won money. It's crazy how many rodeos there really is in July.
Yeah, I know all those areas. See, my wife is from Laurel, Montana, which is just over from Red Lodge, not far. I've been to Red Lodge many times and ate and went over Glacier Pass, and I've been to Cody and I've been to Livingston. So,
oh yeah,
I know all those areas. Well, you may do that this year. You may ride all three in one day.
I sure plan on it. I still wasn't old enough last year to enter those, but yeah, I hope me and my buddies enter all three and just get her done.
Hey, have you rode in Vegas yet?
I've ridden in the Junior World Finals quite a few times, but I have not ridden in the NFR. That's the goal for sure.
I'd say so. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah.
there's a lot of rodeos east too. I mean, you may end up this way a lot. You never know.
Yeah, there's a lot of rodeos out east in the wintertime for sure. I'd say most of the summer rodeos are going on in the Northwest, like California, Oregon, all those kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's rodeos everywhere. It's so cool that you just get to open an app and see where you get to go the next week.
Yeah, that's right. Well, if you make the NFR, man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's the goal, 100%. I've been craving it for sure. I'm just gonna work at it every day and let God do the rest.
Yeah, and you gotta. I mean, it takes money to get out and travel and do this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got sponsors yet?
Yeah, I do. Nosler Bullets. They're
Okay.
they're out of Bend, Oregon. They're one of my sponsors, and then the High Desert Stampede in Redmond. That'll be my first one back, but they're one of my sponsors as well. Nosler has been so awesome. Like I do a lot of thermal hunting out here. I've got a night gun built, and they send me cases of ammo, and it's like it's a dream, really, because being able to do another thing that you love outside of rodeo and having people to support you, and yeah, they've been a huge help. They've helped me get down the road. They've kind of exposed me more to their kind of lifestyle, and I love it. They're amazing people, and the same with High Desert Stampede. They've been around a long time, and it's a great rodeo. And if you're watching this, go watch the High Desert Stampede and buy some Nosler bullets.
That's good. That's great. That's why I asked that. I figure you may want to shout out to people that's helped you, you know?
Yeah. Yep. And I want to thank my family, my girlfriend, my mentors, everybody. They've all really pushed me to be who I am, and they have pushed me to be better every day.
That's good. You need that support.
Yeah, you do.
I'm going to keep up with you now. I'll be keeping up with you on the internet wherever I can see you at and check how you're doing. So,
thank you. I appreciate that. I'm looking forward.
I'd say a lot of these other folks will be too.
I sure hope so.
We're going to spread you out there with our community. We got an amazing YouTube community. Like, we hit 66,000 subscribers this week.
Oh, wow.
So,
congratulations. That's awesome.
And then my wife runs her Facebook, and she's got 40,000 on there.
That's cool.
We're wanting to hit that 100,000 bad this year. I'm working my best to do it.
Yeah. I hope you hit that goal for sure.
I'm trying. So a lot of our YouTube people, though, will follow you too, because we got some very loyal people, and they'll catch on to this podcast and they'll be watching you too. So you'll hopefully gain a lot of new fans out of this.
Yeah. I love the fans. I love people. It's really cool to know that you got people out there that want to see you succeed. And I feel like it makes you want to succeed even more, because, I mean, you're not doing it for the people, but when people are backing you and they want to see you do good, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to, you know? Like it means a lot more than people think. Random person sending you a message wondering how to get into this, or a simple comment on a post that you made. Like it really means a lot when you see that people actually care and people are following you and people want to see you succeed.
I know exactly what you're talking about, because, you know, we put a YouTube video on, or even these podcasts. When the littlest comment, somebody gets on there and says, I really enjoyed this, that builds me up to want to do another one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it really helps. And just people's comments, and it really pushes you on down the line and makes you want to do better.
Yeah, it does. It kind of, when you're in a rough spot and you just don't know what to do, you just remember that there's people out there that maybe spent every last dollar to go to that rodeo and they want to see a show, and you go out there and give them one.
Brody, you're talking a whole lot like you're a whole lot older than 18 years old.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I've grown a lot in the last year. I've learned to not take much for granted, because I was in the position where I had everything I could have ever wanted, and then it got taken away from me that fast. And it just kind of makes you sit back and look at it from a different perspective and realize that that is really what you want to do. And maybe that happened for a reason. And there's people out there that back you. And the more good you can do helping out little kids, helping people get into this industry, it's awesome. That's one thing I do love, is helping people, because even if you don't get anything out of it, you still feel good in your heart and you know that you did something good.
That's a major thing. I mean, if we don't help each other, there's nothing, it's just pointless.
Yeah.
That's what we're put here for, is to help one another. And I know what you're talking about. See, I was in the same, I wasn't riding barebacks. Now, I'm not going to say that, because I don't ride bareback horses, but I was hauling mules in Georgia in 2017. I had a bunch of mules in the trailer and my 2012 model F350, and I run underneath a semi.
Oh.
And I'd never had a surgery either, never broke a bone or nothing. And I broke every bone from my pelvis down.
Holy cow.
Had to learn to walk again. I'm all steel and pins. And I know what you're talking about, because that woke my butt up and changed me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, stuff like that can happen so fast, and you're wondering, why me? Why me? You just got to trust the process and believe that there's better out there for you. It's going to get better. If you're in a tough spot, you just got to believe it's going to get better. You got to tell yourself that you're better every single day, and it's going to happen. And adding on to that, Shad Field, my best friend's dad, my traveling partner, he got in an airplane accident. He was piloting this airplane. It was like a Cessna airplane, and they were out in Utah, and it was him and another family and his wife. The two boys were in the back, the wives were in the middle seat, and the two guys were up front. And they had an engine failure, and their plane went down, and he nosed it down as easy as he could. But like, he broke his back, his legs, all sorts of stuff. Like, he's still, to this day, he still carries stuff from that accident. But I mean, he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Like, he had cards dealt to him, and they might not have been the best ones that you could be dealt, but he laid them down on the table and said, "I'm all in." And he's one of the toughest guys I know, because he went through something that I don't think I could ever go through, like crashing a plane and breaking. Same with you, breaking all the bones from your pelvis down. You got to learn how to walk. That had to have felt like rock bottom, and I'm sure you just tried to push through it.
But I had so much support when I done that. My customers, I had people mailing stuff to me and giving me money that I never even thought.
Mm-hmm.
They kept me afloat. I didn't have to lose nothing I had, and I was out of work a year. And the doctors said I'd never walk again, but somebody else knew that I would.
Yeah.
And I pushed and got back on my feet. But that's the thing. And you talk about feel like when you're at rock bottom. What made me feel rock bottom was being 30-year-old and my mama having to wipe my butt. That'll set a man back.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't do it. I couldn't even move, and that makes you think you better remember what life's about and straighten up. And that lined me out now. It sure did.
Yeah. Yep. You get to a point where you're like, nobody's coming to save me, so I got to do it myself.
That is exactly right. Yes, sir. Brody, you're a good young man.
Thank you.
And I've thoroughly enjoyed this podcast with you.
Thank you. Likewise.
Everything happens for a reason. And I believe that other podcast guest reached out because the Lord told him to, because this was meant to happen.
Yeah, I 100% believe that. Yeah, it's been an honor sitting here talking to you. It's my first podcast, hopefully not my last. And I sure appreciated you having me on. It's been a blessing for sure.
Well, I'm going to have you on another one, so it won't be the last.
Yep, I'll see you after I get that gold buckle.
But I'd say a lot more people will too. Once you get going, you're going to, yes, sir, you'll be on a lot of them. So, guys, thank you all for listening to us. For me and Brody to sit here and talk tonight means the world to us. God bless each and every one of y'all. Guys, check us out online at www.drafthorsesandsmulesforsale.com. Brody, tell them how they can find you on Facebook and your social media.
It's just Brody Dent. You'll see my little profile picture there. I got a cowboy hat on, my bareback ride and stuff. But yeah, I'll be posting a lot of my rides. Good. I'll put a little bit of the thermal stuff on there. Yeah, it's sure a pleasure. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you. And guys, reach out to him on there and tell him you heard him on Harness Up Podcast. But guys, stay tuned. We got another episode coming up. We're going to start trying to release a podcast. I'm going to try to stay on schedule. Don't hold me to it. I'm going to do my very best to get a podcast for every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. So that's going to be our schedule. Every Saturday, 11 a.m., we're going to release a podcast. So y'all mark your calendars. Stay tuned for that. And we appreciate you. If you need anything, check us out. You can email me. My email's on the website. Our website is www.drafthorsesandsmulesforsale.com. If you need a good team of mules or a team of horses, we're your place to go. You give me a call. Also, you can call me if you're interested. My number is 606-303-5669. Guys, God bless you. Until the next episode, keep harnessing up, and we'll see you real soon.
As another captivating episode of Harness Up with Haste Draft Horses and Mules draws to a close, we extend our sincere gratitude to our listeners for joining us on this enlightening journey. We hope today's discussions have deepened your appreciation and understanding of these magnificent creatures. Remember, the adventure continues beyond this podcast. Stay connected with us on social media and share your stories. For more information and to explore further, visit drafthorsesandsmulesforsale.com. Thank you for being part of our community. Until next time, keep harnessing your curiosity and passion for these God-given creatures. Farewell for now.